be short a sergeant. A Corporal Taylor here, he might be worth looking at.
I'll keep that in mind, Lieutenant. See to your men. Dismissed.
That was the actual colonel. He came out on the field.
April 16th, 1945. The Soviet Red Army commences its attack on Berlin, the capital city of Nazi Germany. 500,000 soldiers and civilians alike perish in a terrible battle that lasts for nearly 3 weeks. As the Allied forces converge on Berlin from both east and west, the Nazi leadership begins to crumble under the weight of imminent defeat. On the 8th of May, 1945, the German armed forces surrender unconditionally to the Allies. At a cost of 50 million deaths, the war in Europe is finally over. Throughout the Allied nations, Victory in Europe Day is officially celebrated, marking the defeat of Nazi Germany and the fall of the Third Reich.
And with that, guys, we have done it. We've become a sergeant. Our sergeant has become a lieutenant. He deserves it. I certainly don't, because I was horrible at the end there. My accuracy had to be 5%. But with that, guys, that is it. I don't know if I'm going to let these credits play or not, because there's music and I don't want to get copyrighted or anything. Oh, wait a minute. They do show this awesome mission here with like Captain Price and Randall. I think like all of the major characters they show, which is cool. I forgot about this. So maybe I'll let this play. But yeah, guys, I really want to thank you for sitting through all of this and watching me get beat, shot, stabbed, especially beat, blown up. Let's see, what else? What else happened? You know, all of the above that was horrible pretty much happened to me in this playthrough. Especially in the Russian missions, because I did that on hardened like a fool and I wasn't really prepared for it. But I hope that you enjoyed this, because I certainly did. This is one of my favorite games, despite getting whooped. You know, so maybe I'll do a veteran playthrough one day when I have like, you know, high horse experience, because right now I'm not equipped to deal with it. Just certain missions I can do on veteran. But I'm gonna let you guys pick the, or I'm gonna suggest some games for you guys. I'll ask you guys about. Oh, Captain Price is getting whooped right there. Oh my goodness. I'll ask you guys about what game I should play, and hopefully I have it. You know, so sweet. Hopefully I'll have it. I'm thinking about doing the older game, since I just did a newer game. So I'm thinking about doing like a 6th console gen game or a 5th console gen game. Oh my. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I'll do a PS1 game. I'm thinking about doing Siphon Filter, because I started that playthrough already. But it didn't go well at all, so the Siphon Filter playthrough. To be honest with you, those missions are tough. Like, some of those missions are tough, but some are like, you know, run through and shoot. But some are like ridiculous. Michael Cudlitz was in this game? That is Abraham, for those of you who don't know, from Walking Dead. I had no idea he was in here. When I saw his name in, you know, Walking Dead. Wait, Nolan North? I thought it was Nolan North. Nolan? Because I know his voice was Sergeant Randall. Oh, Courtney Taylor was in here too, huh? That's the voice from Fallout 4, the main protagonist. But, yeah, so... Yeah, when I saw Michael Cudlitz's name in Walking Dead, I was like, this guy looks familiar. I mean, this guy's name looks familiar. And this is where it was. Wow, I had no idea that Courtney Taylor and all of them was in here, man. A lot of voice acting talent in this game. Wow. Yeah, but what I like about Call of Duty, especially these games, is that it teaches you some history. Like, I like how they had the history lessons, the History Channel segments. That was cool. To give you some real world, context for what they're doing, and not just throwing you into a mission. That's what I hope that this new Call of Duty World War II will do, is give some historical context in the form of some mission or cinematic or something like that. Even Battlefield did it, a little bit. Describing the Harlem Free Fighters and giving the little description of each campaign and what was happening. That's the stuff I like. But yeah, the next projects I'm considering to do are Siphon Filter, The Thing. Oh, nice armor cars right there. Let's see, maybe Resistance, Fall of Man, because that was one of my favorite games of all time. Beat that on Superhuman, actually. That was before they had trophies, though, so you don't really see any, tangible effort put down aside from words describing what you did. But yeah, that game was awesome. If I decide to do Fallout, that would be like a 300-part series, because I would try to do everything. So I'm not entirely sure if I should do Fallout, I was thinking about doing 3 New Vegas and 4. But those would be like those back burner projects, or like those continuous projects that really have no end to them. Like those anime that just keep going on and on and on with no end to it. So that's what I'll do with that. And, recording those would probably be 720, 30 FPS because of the sheer number of files, parts. Because if I were to do all of them 1080, 60 FPS, my computer would be, drowning in videos. You see, that was pretty epic at the end right there. So yeah. But like shorter series games, games that the campaign is like 4 hours long. For instance, Mortal Kombat X was like 4 hours long. That would be a 1080 60 FPS game. Because it's short. Shorter games like that. Maybe if I do an indie game, showcase an indie game, 1080p 60 FPS. That's how that works. But yeah. But longer RPG games and older games, 720p 30 FPS. Unless I buy another, 2 terabyte hard drive or something, and then I'll just have a lot of space to record this stuff. But it's pretty limited right now because I'm broke and I'm in college. But nonetheless, I hope you really enjoyed this playthrough, because I did. Despite getting destroyed, as I've said 50 times already. Remember to leave a like or comment or dislike, anything to show some support. It's weird that I'm asking for dislikes, but with dislikes I know that at least someone is seeing the video. But I appreciate anything that you guys give. Every time I even see one like, one view, or one comment, I'm a happy man. No lie. They may seem, like, come on, one view, seriously. But I'm happy about that, because it knows that I'm making some progress and I'm, doing something right, at least, that at least one person's watching. At least getting one person to watch is by no means a small feat, especially today time. But I really appreciate everything. I know I'm rambling a lot, but seriously, every time I wake up and see that, or see like that little notification symbol, you know what I'm talking about, where that, at the top right corner of the YouTube page, I see like a 1 there, a 2, I get all kinds of excited. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. The next playthrough will await, guys. I really appreciate you watching this. I'll let the rest of this play out, and I'll see you in the next playthrough.